Okay, so when we're working out the missing length, so in this case, if we look at this example, we're working out the missing height. Okay, so it's a height that we're missing. We know the length is 3, we know the breadth is 8, and we know the volume is 48. Now, one of the key ways to help you do this question is to make sure, like all good answers, you start off by writing down the formula that we're using. So the formula that we use anytime we're looking at a cube or a cuboid is volume equals length times breadth times height. Okay, now we always replace what we know. So we know the volume is 48. So underneath the V, we're going to put 48. We know the length is 3 and the breadth is 8. So underneath the L, we're going to put a 3. Underneath the breadth, we're going to put an 8, and the height is what we're trying to work out, so we've still got an H. Now, from there, we can work out this bit of the sum. Okay, 3 times 8 is 24. So I've got 24 times H is equal to 48. Now, you might find it easier to write that the other way round. 24 times H is 48. Now, we're trying to work out the height. We're trying to work out H on its own. At the moment, it's multiplied by 24. Now, when we're trying to solve this is now an equation, we do the opposite. So we're dividing by the number in front of the letter, which in this case is 24. If this said 6H, we would divide by 6. If it said 1,000,000H, we would divide by 1,000,000. It says 24H, so we divide by 24. When we do that, the 24s cancel each other out, which is why we're just left with H. And 48 divided by 24, how many 24s go into 48? The answer is 2. So that's how we would work out the missing number in that case. Now, if we do another one, similar idea, let's draw a different cuboid. Okay. And this time I'm going to tell you that this part here is 4. This part here is 10, so we've got the breadth is 4, the height is 10, and I'm going to tell you that the volume is 160 cubic centimetres. So this time we're working out the missing length. Okay, again, start off in the exact same way. Write down the formula that we're using. That makes everything in a nice and reasonable manner so that we can solve it well. Replace everything we know. So the volume we know is 160. So that goes in place of V. We don't know what the length is, so we can keep it as L. The breadth is 4 and the height is 10. Now again, we can multiply these two numbers on this side together to make things look a little bit simpler. So we'll still have 160, and 4 times 10 is 40, so this is going to be L times 40. Or we might prefer to write that as 40L, or 40 times L equals 160. So it might be easier to have it written this way round, as we can see here on the right hand side, because that is how we're used to seeing equations. Now, we spoke in the last example, we divide, because this is 40 times L, so we're doing the opposite, we're dividing by the number in front of the letter, which this case is 40. So the length, because those 40s cancel, 160 divided by 40, which is the same as 16 divided by 4, so our missing length is 4 centimetres. Hopefully that helps, but if not, let me know.